morning, everybody. It's Monday, for me at least. Again, like for you guys, probably be Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. I got videos from yesterday of doing the coolant tank for my truck. I have to fix that, or I have to edit all that together still. It's quite a bit of footage. I try to get as much cool footage for you. Obviously, by the time you see this one, you would have already seen that one. But yeah, on my way to work right now. I have a load that's at the terminal that's supposed to pick up and go to. It's already there. At least I think so. With the way that my luck has been, chances are they're going to say it's there and it's not. So that should be interesting. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. That one's going to Indiana, and then I have another load in Covington, Indiana, going up to Detroit. So finally doing some automotive stuff again. I mean, I did a couple last week, but yeah. So I got about a little bit of a drive to go into to the terminal. Obviously, I'm in my personal car right now. I wonder if this helps to see me a little bit. But hope you guys are liking the videos so far, the series. If you do, make sure, I'm trying to see how the analytics work on this. So make sure if you do enjoy it, or even if you put up with it, to hit the like button and then subscribe. I want to see how the analytics work on YouTube. It's their software that they use to see if a video is becoming popular. If there's a lot of activity on the video, they will end up featuring it as a recommended video. But it'd be kind of cool to see the details behind it. And I'll try to share that if possible. I don't know how to do a screen video on my phone. I can do screen caps, but I don't know how to do a video on there. But I'd like to see, how it works, how if there's any kind of difference in the amount of views that I get, if people even just hit that like button, or like button, and then if you comment. I know commenting actually does a lot from what I've seen. If there's a lot of comments on a video, even if it's just hey, liking your videos, or keep it up, or anything like that, any kind of comment on the video apparently does a lot for the analytics, where it starts making it a little bit more popular. It'd be kind of interesting to see that. So if you are enjoying these, or like I said, if you are just kind of tossing it on, listening to me talk, and putting up with what it's like to be a trucker, yeah, do me a favor and see if hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and leave a comment too if you have any questions. I'll answer any questions that you guys have. Well, almost any questions. And then if you have any ideas, any kind of videos, angles and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm gonna be getting a different mount for the camera, and then that way we can get videos facing out the window, and screen or shots of me shifting and everything like that. Obviously in my car I can't, it's an automatic, and then I can get some other cool videos, other cool angles and stuff like that. But let's see how it works, see how it goes. But got a little bit of a drive into the terminal, and then we will fire up the rig. Hopefully they got the AC line fixed like they were supposed to do today, and then we'll pick up our trailer and we'll hit the road. All right, we're back at the truck. Let's pop the hood and see how that coolant leak is doing. Now that I had a chance to go through a heat cycle driving yesterday. Other than it being a little dirty, looking pretty dry. Heck yeah. we'll see how today goes. Everything's dry, just needs to be washed. And then, yeah, let's get going on the road. All right, well, on the road now, in the truck, as you can tell. Heading to Gary, Indiana, where I left from on Saturday. Hopefully I have better luck T-calling this and bringing this load in for somebody else to grab to bring out. Currently in Minnesota, just leaving for the week. This load here is 39,540 pounds. So it's definitely a heavier load than what I normally haul, but it's better than nothing. We'll see what kind of fuel mileage I get. As of right now, with my idling and stuff like that, I'm at 5.4 miles to the gallon. It'll get better throughout the drive. Luckily, it's not too windy out. Kind of gloomy, crappy out. Like there's no sun by, you know. I don't know what the hell. I haven't had enough coffee today. I just got this little guy. But yeah. Hopefully it should be a smooth drive. After I go to Gary, I'll be picking up in Covington, Indiana, at a place that makes seat parts for Ford, actually, and I'll be bringing that to Detroit for to be installed into Ford vehicles. So that's kind of cool. I always like seeing the places where all these other parts for, because I have a Ford Flex and a Ford Fusion, and I'm a big Ford fan. So I always it's always kind of cool seeing where, you know, a lot of these parts are made, and then bringing them to the manufacturer. Because it's always kind of cool to think, because I've been doing this account for a while. It's kind of cool to think. I wonder if I brought any of the parts that build my car. It's I don't know if I did or not, but it's just kind of cool to think. But yeah, we'll try to get some cool shots of the road today and keep you entertained. But yeah, let's do it. Alright, so we're getting fuel now. Stopped at in Black River Falls, Wisconsin, to get some fuel. I'm going to do both tanks because it's fuel's only $2.89 a gallon here, so that's a lot better than it was last time I fueled up. So let's go into the hood and check and see what it's looking like under there, see how them repairs have been doing. All right, so still looking good. No leaks at all. The new lines on there. No leaks from that. Yeah, looks like we're doing pretty good. When the radiator tank was leaking, there was a bunch of coolant that was pooling up down there, and it was splashing all along here. It's actually what took the paint off of that. That got repainted after I got new bushings, the shackle bushings right there. I got those put in, and new bushings up in here. So those are new U-bolts as well. Yeah, this means it's working. This is just water. Because that's a cold line and it's kind of humid out, even though it's a little cold. But cool, everything's working. All right, let's see where we're at. Fuel. Almost full. All right, finish off the other one. Let's top off this one here. Alright, got some fuel, full tanks. I gotta go get a scale ticket now because when I go T-call this load in Gary, they need proof that the weights are proper. And unfortunately, this Quick Trip doesn't have scale, a cat scale. So I will be going across the street to the Pilot that's across the street, or Flying J, I mean. Well, my first weigh was a little bit over on my steers, the front tires, and then I had to readjust some weight, and my second weigh, I'm good. I'll go over the details of the weights, how they need to be spread out and everything like that here after I pick up my scale ticket and get back in the truck. Alright, now that we're rolling again, so the weights, the way the weights go are, to be legal, you can't be over 80,000 at least in a 53-foot non-spread axle trailer. You can't be over 80,000 gross weight, which is the total of all your weight, your tractor, your trailer, everything that's in it, including the freight. The way the weights have to be spread out are no more than 12,000 on the steers, which are the front on the tractor. No more than 34,000 on the drives, which are the 8 tires that are on the tractor, which, you know, drive you, the rear wheel drive. And then 34,000 on the tandems, which is the trailer axles. And all that equaling 80,000 pounds. On the first scale attempt I did 12,060 on the steers, so that means I was 60 pounds over on the steers. I was good on the other weights, and then as you can see, I was good on my gross weight. And then I had to reweigh. I adjusted some weight around, and then I got my steers into legal weight. About 120 pounds under the legal weight, which is good, and everything else is still solid. So now we got a legal scale ticket. Now these weights, the scale tickets are for your own peace of mind, unless it's in a situation like with my company where when you go to do a T-call which is a transfer at another terminal, they need to know that your weights are legal within that legal spec. Anything over 35,000 pounds for the freight that you're hauling, you need to get a scale ticket in order for them to actually accept it as a transfer. Now, like with this load here, this load came from Wyoming, and the guy had his own scale ticket already when he did a delivery and did a T-call at our terminal, or my terminal that I'm out of in Minnesota. His weights were legal. They were 11,580, 32,220, and 31,020, totaling a gross of 74,820. Now, those are, you know, he might have a different tractor, have more fuel in his tractor, less fuel in his tractor, you know, different stuff inside of here. Weights can fluctuate, obviously, from rig to rig. I have to make sure that my weights for my rigs are legal, so that's why I had to get my own scale tickets, because each person that grabs a load from a terminal and it goes to deliver as a T-call at another terminal has to get a completely separate scale ticket. That way that they know that the load didn't shift, the load's still legal, and everything is good to go. So that's why I got those. You don't have to have those if you're just driving down the road. it is a risk. If you're hauling a heavy load, it is a risk that you take if you don't get a scale ticket, to make sure that you know that your weights are legal. I know that in Minnesota, unfortunately, many years ago, I got a overweight ticket. Luckily, it was on my birthday, and the girl, the scale master, was nice enough to give me one shot to adjust my weights in order to make it where I was completely legal. She said it was my birthday present, and I was like, all right, sounds good. So then I went out, I moved my axles, did the weight adjustment I needed to, went back across the scales. She said, you're good to go, totally took it up, and I was on my way. Those tickets, I know at least in Minnesota, I don't know if they are in other places, but I know in Minnesota it's actually it's a misdemeanor, because they consider it like a damage to property, because you're so heavy when you drive across the road. If you're over your weights on any of your axles, it's actually, they kind of consider it like a damage to property, and it's a big fine, to the fact of, I think it's in Minnesota, it's like $1,000 or $100 every 10 pounds or every 100 pounds that you're over on any axles, gross weight or anything like that. Now, don't quote me on that. Like I said, it's been a long time, luckily, since I've had a scale, like an actual like overweight ticket. But I know it's not cheap. A friend of mine got a overweight down in Kansas one time, and his ticket ended up being close to about $1,500. That's a pretty hefty ticket. He risked it, hauled a really heavy load, thought he was going to be good. The load must have shifted. He did the scales at the company that he got loaded at before he left. The scales said he was good. Load must have shifted, but he never got also those scales could have been completely off. You know, they could have, who knows when the last time, they weren't certified scales. Who knows when the last time that they were actually maintained properly, you know, or zeroed out and calibrated. So yeah, he ended up making it down to Kansas and got pulled into a scale and got a pretty hefty fine. And they wouldn't let him leave until he got his weights adjusted properly. So there was that as well. So he had all that downtime too. But yeah, so I'm legal, I'm good. And we got about 281 miles to go now. And should be there in just about 4 hours and 20 minutes. So let's keep it rolling. Yay, traffic. This right here is a never-ending story, especially during the summertime. It's like they say, I know in Minnesota there's a saying, it's actually all over, but there's four seasons. There's fall, winter, spring, and road construction. And we're just getting past in the spring.
The word about the eastbound stop traffic.
Yeah, and I have my radio on, and
It's supposed to be top secret.
I just heard it that we're coming to a stop after I was at the stop. So we'll see how long it takes for us to get through here. It's currently 16:23, so 4:23 for those who don't know military time.
You don't go to educated gas and left lane's probably closed, dang it.
Some of these guys were really loud and annoying. But yeah, I'll see how long it takes for us to get through it.
Tell anybody nothing. Now, somebody said that the left lane is closed. Somebody had said already the left lane is closed.
They sure did after we were stopped. Alright guys, we'll see you on the other side of this stop traffic. dog looking at me in that mirror of that guy's
About 4
truck.
more miles down the road, I think.
Ever since he saw me, he's just been staring at me. This is what I saw, was just that right there, and I was like, what the heck is that? Finally out of the traffic, and there was an accident on the other side that made it even worse on our side because everybody rubbernecking. That was fun. This road is really bumpy. Wow. So it is now 17:06, so that means that we're in traffic for 42 minutes or 45 minutes or something like that. Yeah, good times. Alright, since this is super shaky, I'm gonna turn it off and keep on trucking. Alright, stopped for my half-hour break. I'm at the Hinsdale Oasis in Illinois. An oasis is essentially their version of a rest area on the tollway, and they have restaurants and stuff inside of it, and it's kind of cool because you can see over the railing, or over, the windows out onto the tollway. It's kind of cool to hang out when you're on your break and kind of just watch traffic go by. But yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. This is the Oasis. We're gonna hit up some Panera Bread, or Panda Express. I mean, here, I'll show you over here. What I'm talking about here, you can, oh, it's that glare. It's pretty cool. So yeah. Right on. Got my food, Panda Express, and it's beautiful outside. It's actually like 56 or something like that. 51, 56, I don't remember exactly. But yeah, it's not bad. It's nice because there's no wind. Oh my god, does that make it so much nicer. But yeah. Alright, since I'm on a lonely 2-lane road, I'll show you guys what it's nighttime looks like. Here's my high beams, low beams, and my LED headlights. Dash looks like. That's my work computer. That's what communicates with a company. Send messages back and forth, get my loads, all that stuff. It's my radio. It's attached to the dash like an actual double-din radio. Has Wi-Fi capability, so I can stream all my music directly from that instead of going from my phone to it. That's my business tablet. I have a Bluetooth keyboard I use to do all my bookkeeping and stuff on that one. And then that's my truck GPS from Rand McNally that I use for a redundant system to the one that is provided by the company. And then if you look at here, hold on a second, got my dash cam is hooked up to this one as well. So it streams directly from the dash cam that's on the window that you can't see obviously right now to the radio or to here, so I can get all, if there's ever an event, it records it on a SD card on the actual camera, and it records it on the radio as well, or on the, it's like a tablet, but it's a radio essentially. That's hard mounted into the truck. But yeah, it's a pretty slick system. I got it all set it up pretty good now, finally. And I like it. It works, but just want to give you guys a quick nighttime view of what it looks like driving the truck. Alright, well, shut down for the night. I'm in Covington, Indiana. I didn't get a lot of video in earlier because it got dark out, and I did my drop and everything like that in Gary at the terminal, did my T-call. And I love this trailer that I have on here right now. It's an American flag trailer. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to be shutting down here tonight, and then going to pick up in the morning. Jump up in here real quick. And wow, I can't put that there. So anyways, I'm gonna shut down here tonight and then get going in the morning. Well, I'm gonna try to go over to the place. The place I gotta go to is right down the road. It's like a mile down the road. So gonna head down there. My load's not scheduled to pick up until 1400, but I'm gonna try to pick it up early. This company usually, when I pick up the loads, or the loads are available, they're you can pick them up early the day of, but not the day before. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I don't know why I got the hiccups right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that in the morning and see if it's available, and so I don't have to sit around and wait till 1400, which is 2 o'clock for regular people that don't do military time. We do military time because it's so much easier to figure out what time of the day it is, because you know exactly, instead of saying it's 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. it's just easy to say 5 a.m. or 5 and 1700. Those are both 5 a.m. when 1 or 5 is 5 a.m. 1700 is 5 p.m. So anyways, yeah, gonna do some editing and try to get some video tomorrow. I'll be heading up to Detroit tomorrow. Actually Romulus, which is just outside of Detroit. Be heading up there tomorrow to deliver this next load. It's about 320. The hell did it say? So we get all of our information on this on the company computer here. 308 miles. So I'll be heading up there tomorrow. You'll be coming with me. Try to get some video for you. Try to make it entertaining. I'm getting a little bit better at this, a little bit easier to talk. Might jumble my words a bit every once in a while, But as you can tell, and you'll notice throughout the videos, they will start as me being happy, excited, and making a decent video, like where I have energy. And then towards the end of the week, you'll be able to see a big wear out of energy for sure. Like I said, truck driving is not as easy as everybody says it is. It does mentally wear you out big time. But anyways, everybody have a good night, good day, good morning, wherever you're at. Keep on trucking. See ya.